Okay, so I really liked Pitch Black. It gave me a sort of Aliens vibe on a smaller scale with interesting characters and good effects. The movie was a lot of fun. Chronicles of Riddick, I wasn't as enthralled with. It veered so far away from the first film that it almost didn't make sense to me. Then they made a third, which I actually liked okay. It felt like a lesser rehash of the first, just not as good, but I thought it was entertaining. Now, Vin Diesel has always been outspoken regarding his franchises. There's Fast and Furious, Triple X, and of course Riddick. And we've heard rumblings of another film for quite a while now. As we know, Fast and Furious is drawing closer to its finale, and with that, Vin recently took to Instagram. He posted a picture of Riddick, along with the comment, "The Riddick universe is expanding. So cool. Inspired." Vin also just hit the socials, dropping a bunch of images from the set of the film, which will be titled Riddick Furia. Written and directed by David Twohy, who worked on the original films as well. Now, production began on this film in August, and we are hearing it's going to deal a lot more with his mysterious backstory. We also have a plot synopsis. Riddick finally returns to his homeworld, a place he barely remembers and one he fears might be left in ruins. But there he finds other Furians, fighting for their existence against a new monster. And some of these Furians are more like Riddick than he could have ever imagined. So it was actually up in the air which Vin Diesel movie would go into production next, as currently he's slated for Fast and Furious, Kojak, and Rock'em Sock'em Robots on top of this one. Kojak. I actually wasn't aware that he was doing this, but I can completely see it. Fast and Furious is actually set to begin production in early 2025, and it should have a 2026 release date. Now, it seems like they're going to veer more into the Chronicle of Riddick and less into the Pitch Black area, but with the new monsters to fight, we don't really know. Now, I do understand this from a franchise point of view. I guess you can't just keep having him go to planets and fight monsters that just happen to show up there. But I also feel like I really need to go back and rewatch the Chronicles of Riddick, because maybe I'll like it better that I know what to expect. I think part of the problem was going into a sequel to Pitch Black, we were expecting something along those lines. Then it turned out to be this massive sci-fi epic with, crazy new characters introduced and this whole, backstory of him being this hunter from another planet or whatever. It was just a little disjarring for all of us. We weren't expecting that. Now, personally, I like Vin Diesel, and for as ridiculous as the Fast and Furious movies have gotten, the earlier ones are still worth watching, and I think there's a lot of potential for the Riddick character, so I'm glad they're continuing this, actually. Chronicles of Riddick, which landed in 2004, actually didn't make a splash in the box office, and it didn't land very good with critics either. And then when the third one, Riddick, was released in 2014, their budget was drastically cut. Rumor was Vin Diesel was so passionate about getting it made that he mortgaged his own home, got loans, and dropped some of his own money into the project. In the end, that one did turn a profit, and it was received a little bit better by the critics. So on the surface, another film kind of seems like a risk, but considering that overall the series has earned money, and with this push for nostalgia in the box office, this might actually work. Couple that with a plot synopsis that seems to be a melding of the original idea with the sequel, I'm interested. But how about you guys? Are you guys into these films? Are you excited about Furia? Drop me a comment down below. And while you're down there dropping that comment, you might as well, hit the like thumb, and then you might as well go ahead and share. And if you haven't, what you really should do is hit subscribe. Because if you do that, I can give you all kinds of movie goodness, moving forward in the future. Plus, it would really make me happy. So go ahead and hit subscribe. Guys, why don't you go back with me and watch Chronicles of Riddick, because I need to know if it's actually a good movie or not. And until next time, stay awesome.